All right, so we're going to talk about ratios and proportions. A ratio you've heard of before is just when we compare two things. So say 4 to 9 would be a ratio. 4:9 is another way to write that. And then 4/9, those are all ratios. A common ratio would be a teacher to student ratio. You hear about that. So 1 teacher to 25 students is a 1 to 25 ratio. When we compare 3 or more values, then we call that an extended ratio. So here might be an example. We have a triangle that is, the sides are in a ratio of 4 to 9 to 3, and the perimeter is 208. So it's not that the sides are 4, 9, and 3. 4, 3, 9, because that would only be a perimeter of 16, right? It is a perimeter of 208. So each of these has been multiplied by some number to make a bigger triangle that has a perimeter of 208. So to set this up, I'm going to say 3 times the one side plus 4 times the other side plus 9 times that equals 208. So 16x equals 208, and x would equal 208 divided by 16, which is 13. Try this one. You've got a distance that's been split in a ratio of 9, 7, 11, and 4. So those are the sides of a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is just a 4-sided shape. Okay. So one side is 4 times a number plus 7 times a number plus 9 times a number plus 11 times a number equals all of it, 217. Okay, so let's add all this up. We've got 31 equals 217. 217 divided by 31, and x equals 7. So the shortest side would be the side with a ratio of 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So 28 feet is the shortest side. All right, try this one. We've got sides of 1, 19, and 24. And the perimeter is 286. How long is the longest side? All right, well, this is going to add up to 44. And 286 divided by 44 is 6.5. So the longest side would be the 24 times 6.5, and that is 156. Okay. So a proportion is when we compare two ratios. So we say something equals something. Ratios are proportionate if their cross products are equal. So to test this out, I would say, is 2 times 25 equal to 5 times 10? And they're both equal to 50, so I would say that these ratios are in proportion to each other. Let's try these. How about 3 to 27 and 2 to 18? Well, I'm going to start by reducing it. I could cross multiply. But I could also think, well, 3 goes into 27 9 times. This reduces to 1/9. 2 goes into 18 9 times. So these both reduce to 1/9. That's one way to do it, but I could also say 3 times 18 equals how much, and 2 times 27 equals how much. So let's check that out. 3 times 18 is 54, and 2 times 27 would also be 54. So we can say yes, that those are proportional. All right. So if you don't want to try to reduce it, I could see here this could reduce by 3, and that would probably reduce by 9. But let's just go ahead and we can do 12 times 36 equals 432. And I can say 15 times 27 equals 405. So these are not proportional. If I reduce them, I would say, okay, 12 is 4 times 3. Not that. 4 times 12 is the same as 4 times 3. This is the same thing as 5 times 3. So 3 is reduced. This is 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36, so the 9's reduced. So we have a fraction of 4/5 and 3/4. I can see that those would not be proportionate. And then we've got bigger numbers here. So we'll just multiply out 24 times 128. That equals 3072. 51 times 72 is 3672. So these are, again, not proportionate. All right, if we have a missing, so we say 8 is to 1 is what is to 5. All right, well, I'm going to just cross multiply these. So 1 times r is r. 8 times 5 is 40. And this would be 40 over 5. There's another one. Just cross multiply. So 5 times g, or 5g, equals 1 times 45. Divide through by 5. And g equals 9. 5 goes into 45 9 times. So 45 is to 9 is 5 is to 1. Those would be proportionate. Here's another one. 21z equals 49 times 3, which is 147. Okay, divide by 21. Z equals 147 divided by 21, which is 7. So 21 is to 49 as 3 is to 7. And now we threw a little expression in there, but that's okay. We're going to say 4 times 3 is 12, and 2 times x minus 6. All right, these should be equal if it will be a proportion. So I'm going to distribute that 2 to the x and 2 to the minus 6. Add 12 to both sides, and 2x equals 24. And divide by 2. X equals 12. Substitute it in and see if it works out. 12 minus 6 is 6, so 4 to 6 is proportional to 2 to 3, which we know is true. We could reduce this to 2 over 3. 2 over 3 would equal 2 over 3. And last one. Okay, I'm going to multiply 5 times x minus 4 equals 3 times 10, which is 30. Distribute 5x minus 20 equals 30. Add 20. 5x equals 50. And x equals 10. So 10 minus 4 would make that 6. 6 over 10 is proportionate to 3 over 5. All right, that's it for this video, and we will practice in class.